Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, and this week we're going to be talking about Machina gadgets. Let's get into the video. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get into the deck. So we run a Machina package, so we run our 1 of Force and 1 of Peacekeeper. Those are obviously to support our 3 Fortress and 3 gear frames. Fortress is really good, and we just want to take advantage of that. We're in a Scrap Recycler. It can get back our gadgets and our gear frames, and also sends our Fortress to graveyard. And then obviously we're running a Gadget deck. So we're running our yellows, our reds, and our greens. Small spell package, we're running 3 Smashing Grounds. Sometimes our gadgets just aren't big enough, and we gotta out some problem monsters. To make our gadgets a little bit bigger, we run Solidarity. So Solidarity means that with our reds, yellows, and greens, which are our weakest monsters here, our yellow, which is our weakest monster, is 2,000. Then we got 2,100 and 2,200. Those are pretty good normal summons. I mean, that's one of the reasons why Blackwings are so good in the format, is because they just have high enough attack a lot of the time. We run a lot of back row, so we can't run heavy, just run MST. And we're running a machine deck that can potentially OTK if we can just get enough dudes with damage on board. All right, we're running gadgets, so we kind of have to run Ultimate Offering. The cool part about Ultimate Offering is you summon yellow, you search another gadget, you can just summon that gadget and just keep on going. That's why you're in 3 of each gadget, is because Ultimate Offering, especially if you have Ultimate Offering a gadget in one of these, can push a lot of damage. It's not even counting Solidarity. We're a control deck, so we're obviously running our Road and our Solemn. We run a lot of removal. Obviously, we're machines and we're a control deck, so we want to be able to out Cyber Dragons immediately. We want to be able to out a lot of problems. Catastor is also a big problem for this deck, which is why sometimes a lot of this removal is very important for Catastor. Getting into our extra deck, I'm going to kind of speed through it because there's not a whole lot we can make. We don't run Brain Control, we don't run any tuners, so these are here just in case. The Cyber Dragons come up, or the Chimera Techs, sorry, come up for our Cyber Dragons in the side deck, because obviously we're going to be sided Cybers against us, and our Stardusts are good for our roads, so we kind of have to run those. Getting into our side deck here, we got our double Cybers, our double Breakers. Breakers just good against a lot of things in the format. He's kind of a stunish, gadgety staple. We don't really use the graveyard all that much. We don't have to use Fortress to win. So having this up, gadgets with Solidarity and this is sometimes just enough. For recruiter decks, we run a lot of back row. We want hate against basically everything. So there's some hate, here's some super hate, and then for all of the traps that we might come up against. All right, guys, so that was Machina gadgets. Man, when you open up Ultimate Offering and a gadget with this deck, it gets pretty insane, and Solidarity makes your monsters bigger than most other things. It kind of almost turns your deck into like a Gladiator Beast or a Blackwing Beatdown deck. You can kind of just be bigger than most of their stuff most of the time, especially if you have Limiter Removal or Smashing Ground to back you up. I don't know whether this is the most competitive deck, which is why we didn't quite go into a lot of combos. I kind of went into that in the video as opposed to recording a separate section afterwards. I don't suggest that anyone build this as a real deck to try to play in, 2K tournaments or, nationals next year or whatever, but it's a really fun deck if you're really tired of the boring Blackwing Lightsworn hero beat meta that you're constantly used to. I'll see you guys next week. This is Team Moki Moki.